love, light, and happy Saturn Day. I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo at your 12 o'clock hour, and the sun is at its highest point in the sky. It is Saturn Day Ojo Abameta, which is the day of three resolutions. All on your first Saturn day of the calendar new year, January 4th, 2025. The day is still dripping in Oshun's honey from yesterday, vibing on the daily numerology of a five, all on your second Saturday of winter solstice, as well as of Capricorn season. Shout out to the sea goats. Tonight, the moon is waxing in house 12, Pisces, and that's that dreamer type of energy. And when you splat that right at the crossroads and got a heap amount of honey on top, that kind of feels like a message that all good things don't have a catch. And another trick of the trade, of life's trade, is remembering that sometimes good things do happen without strings, and it's up to us not to be too traumatized to accept our blessings. Ashe. If you've been kicking it on the mothership all day today, then you started out at 12 a.m. with some root chakra sleep meditation. And then we had the cosmic weather forecast, followed by the rising Bimbay 2SU. And ever since then, we've been jamming Crossroad stories as told through classic hip hop. Here's what you get each and every Saturday on the mothership's orbit. And we are back. So, you all know the drill. If you're watching this on my Facebook page, you can push the button right there on the top of the post, pin post, where there's a player right there where you can jam to the mothership, whether you're listening from your office at work, in your cars, in your houses, in your elays, out doing your work, any and everywhere that connects your Bluetooth. Go ahead on and beam up to this cosmic groove so we can be one nation underneath it. But I have to advise Saturn Day is listener discretion advised because while the hip hop is of message, it is also uncensored. So this one's the one you want to watch the kiddos around. Heads up. Today is also Trey Day on the mothership. Shout out to Steph Coleman of Trickery magazine. So if you have not already, join the Trey Nation, and you can hit the pin site link in my description box and scroll on down that road until you see the link that says Join the Trey Nation. I've actually got an all new article there about the New Year's and how the Orisha Eshu wins either way, because he's a trickster. But you got to read the article to get that wisdom. Ashe? All right. And I have some other things coming up, like my new poetry podcast, Poems in the Key of a Cosmo. So make sure you subscribe to that on Spotify, as well as the forecast, as I've moved that to its own independent podcast. So you can get your cosmic cosmic weather report the night before, so you can already be cosmically aligned and prepared for it to happen the next day. Then it lines up again at 6 a.m. for those of you that like to hear the cosmic weather forecast first thing in the rising. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, real quick, and when I come back, we will get to your open book tarot read for the karmics using the very first tarot. You got it, the poker deck. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit. Beam up. A question on the heart is the spirit's thirst for clarity. Readings, consultations, I call them intuitive counseling sessions, but you know what I mean. They're kind of like gumbo or peach cobbler. You may have tried many, but you haven't had mine. I can say I met the divine when I was about 9. Ever since I was 16, I found myself wondering, do I have an invisible "please come tell me your business" sign taped to my forehead? Then one day I was sitting at the bus stop at a crossroad, and I had the audacity to ask the goddess, why was I even sent to earth? And I became an ethereal, intuitive counselor. And the universe has been answering that question over and over again, one phone call at a time, for the last 9 years. From there, in between sessions, I began to relentlessly apply, align, and study the ways of the stars and of the ancients. 3 years in, Orisha priestesshood to Oya came knocking. Hence the Iya in the name iiiYansaje, iiiYansa, an Oya praise name. Oya is the Orisha who brings radical transformation and change. Make no mistake about it now, baby. I am no soothsayer. I am no fortune teller. I'm not a private investigator. I don't cast love spells. I'm not an emotional punching bag. I'm not a spiritual trash dump. I am not a haven for jinn spirits. I give guidance with clarity, with wisdom, with love, with truth. I unlock keys to your spiritual growth and your highest destiny according to your unique design. Ready for some evolutionary change? Let's talk. Flavorful, elite, divine guidance and wisdom, broken down to the practical to bring Oya's change into your life for the better. Call 314-200-0368. That's 314-200-0368 for spiritual mentorship and guidance readings by iiiYansaje Muse. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. And we are back. So today's tarot read, or should I say Cartomancy read, is done from the good old-fashioned poker deck. And this is for karmic energies or people who are stuck in the crossroad. I hear Eshu's energy saying more like the Crossroad Collective. So here we go. Split the deck. Okay. So we have some kind of beauty for ashes energy here. So on the east hand, you got the 9 of spades, which is the original 9 of swords. So you're coming out of a space of distress, or you are entering a season of letting something very important die so that something better can be reborn. Because on the west hand, You have the Ace of Clubs. So this feels like things going on in your friends department, associates, and business colleagues is what I'm looking for. And this may, in very rare cases, it does symbolize a real passing away, but it feels more like the ending of a cycle. And for many of you, it feels like a passing of the torch here. And what this is connected to, if this is a karmic energy that I'm speaking to, all promotions aren't good promotions. So take that where it resonates. If you are at a crossroads at something, then the space that you're comfortable in is coming to an end. So you can get reacquainted in the level that you're truly on. Underneath the Nine of Spades is the Seven of Clubs inverted. So this is definitely speaking to the death of the ending of a certain social circle. And it feels like a group is dismantling here that is actually going to lead one person to the light. Because underneath the Ace of Clubs is the Queen of Hearts, which is the original Queen of Cups. So it seems that many of you karmics may have been associated with a group of people that were keeping you from people who really loved you and cared about you. And your spiritual powers that be have brought that to an end. Because some of you were only, well, everyone acts out in a karmic place because of hurt. And the only difference between a divine person and a karmic person is one who chooses to heal their pain, while the other one uses their pain as an excuse to cause it for others. But you have love. It's just a matter of elevating your vibration to receive it. But with the Nine of Spades showing up on the east or on the sunrise, especially at the beginning of this 9 year, the spirit world is not giving any chances anymore. It ends now. And you can do it voluntarily or involuntarily. Choice is yours. There's my general message. Should you need a collective read, then by all means give me a call at 314-200-0368, or you can hit the link in the pin site in order to book one live read video or one pre-recorded with a 24-hour turnaround. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit. Beam up.
Moonrise. Black and glowing skies advise my infernos inside. After long days of divine talk, my scratch paper makes dead trees walk through portals of my automatic writing. Igniting, excited. It gets surprising how they drip off my lips and tongue, like ruby pebbles turned loose and skipped across Niger rivers of all my creative jujus.
I am iiiYansaje Muse, and these are my poems in the key of a Cosmo. Available on Spotify and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on your one woman and the divine created radio station, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. And we are back, and you babies know the drill. I got to get back on up to the mothership and cook up more of this mojo. I'm feeling a little naughty today, so today's channel song is from Salt and Pepper. Giddy up. This is 222.9 The Mothership, and I will see you babies tonight on the forecast. You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary